Greetings, fellow YouTubers, and welcome back to, well, a title screen. Essentially, I'm just making this video because, sad as it is, all good things must come to an end, or at least go on hiatus. And that's essentially what is gonna have to happen right now. Because I am a college student now. I wasn't when I started making these vids, I was in my senior year of high school, but I am a college student now. Of course, I got more things to do, I've got a little less free time on my hands, obviously. And even though I love, all this stuff that I've learned about commentary and trying to make videos, it's gonna have to go on hiatus right now. Two good things for you. That, first of all, while I'm gone, I'm not going to leave you without anything to do. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to recommend a couple of YouTubers at the end of this, that if you haven't seen them, go check them out. And if you have seen them, they're going to have other recommendations throughout their videos, I can promise you that. But first, I'm going to tell you a little thing about the videos themselves. First off, one of my college classes is a computer class. More than just the basics like how to use Microsoft Word. No, this is actually getting into more of the programming and whatnot, which while I've had some introduction to that, that I've learned on my own, I've never gotten any real, classes taught to me about it. I've had to learn what I can on my own or from people who show me one or two things. But now I'm actually getting a bit more formal introduction to this stuff, so hopefully, when I do get the chance to make another video series, I will have more knowledge of what I'm doing. I'll be able to add in more special effects, because I love special effects, everyone does. And secondly on that point, the next time I make a video series, I am not going to be using the version of EasyVid that I have been up to this point. I think I said in the past that I was going to try and change away from that at some point, and this time I mean it, because City of Love, while I love doing that, I loved commentating it, it was horrendously laggy. And being that my computer isn't built for games in the first place, obviously doesn't help. But most of the lag you see in the video isn't the game, that is the actual recording setup. And granted, EasyVid is, a very simple recording system. You all can go and easily download it, but, so it's not that much of a surprise that, there aren't a whole ton of real-time captures. So maybe in the future, I will try something like, what is it called? Fraps. Fraps. I know for a fact that Fraps is very good, and that is something I want to try. It does cost money, but, well, we'll see. I may do Fraps, I may not. But one thing I can tell you is that I'm not going to be doing this version of EasyVid anymore. And I have heard they made some upgrades, and I'm going to be checking those out. And if these upgrades are, in fact, a whole lot better, I can test it out and know that I don't get lag, then sure, I may even continue using that depending on how good it is, because, albeit a fairly, cheap and simple system, it does have a lot of the smaller editing features already built in. And then you can add those features, extra features on your own without the program. Plus, it's already got like an automatic upload to YouTube option, meaning that I don't have to go through the, tedious process of opening up an entire file and then going to YouTube and hitting the upload button, because I'm terribly lazy like that. Anywho, that's pretty much what I wanted to say to you guys. I am gonna be upgrading some stuff. I will make sure not to leave you hanging, and I will improve that lag. If it's the last thing I do, I will improve that lag. Now, for some of the YouTubers. First of all, if you like Minecraft, which, since that's all I've done thus far, I'd imagine that you at least have to have a general liking for it. Two of the big YouTubers are the Yogscast and Captain Sparkles. I think I mentioned them both before in my videos. And let me just say that if by some miracle you found any of my videos and tried watching them before you've seen any of theirs, go back and watch theirs. Go back and watch theirs. There are reasons that those two are some of the authorities as far as Minecraft on YouTube goes. Go back and watch it. Second of all is the great Let's Player Chugga Conroy. Again, if you've never heard of him, but you've heard of me, maybe you're new to YouTube, maybe you just, aren't that much into some types of games, I don't know. But let me tell you, even if you're not particularly into the games he does, his commentary is amazing. It's amazing and witty, and it's full of bad puns, which is, if you like my commentary, I can promise you're going to like his even more. So go and check that out. Fourth YouTuber I'm going to recommend, and I think this, I'll make this the final one. His name is Super Skarmory. Now, he's not the biggest game Let's Player in the YouTube community, but he was the first one that I had heard of, and he is biggest inspiration to me. I have to say, there are people like the Yogscast and Chugga Conroy who came later, but first person I ever watched do a video game walkthrough was called Super Skarmory, like the Pokemon Skarmory. And so if you ever get the chance to watch any of his videos, give him a shot, because he's still making videos to this day, as are all the others that I mentioned. And lastly, I think I won't leave you with another YouTube reference. I will instead leave you with an anime recommendation. And as you can see on my screen, Eureka 7 and Eureka 7 AO, Astral Ocean, highly recommend them. Recommend them so much. They are my top favorite animes of all time. Obviously, there's also One Piece. That's a big one. Some of the others that I like, Samurai 7. Samurai 7's a really good one. And, there are plenty of others. So, if you haven't watched any of the anime that I've mentioned, go and watch them. If you've never watched anime before, go and see what you're missing. Because I know a lot of people, especially when they get to be, around my age or older, they just think anime is, well, it's too cartoony and too childlike, and I guess, especially nowadays at least in the United States, I don't know where all of you are from, but at least here in the States where I live, a lot of people associate, cartoons with only kids. Not the case with anime. There are some animes that are really kid-friendly. There are also a lot of them, like another one of my favorites, I'll recommend this to you also, is Dead Man Wonderland. And Dead Man Wonderland, even though it was cut a little short, it only had 13 episodes. But, yeah, trust me, if you're a fan of horror stuff especially, go and check that one out. You won't be disappointed at all. And even me, I'm not a fan of horror stuff. Usually, I don't like to go to horror movies or watch anything with a whole ton of blood and gore, but Dead Man Wonderland, massive exception. So, on that note, I will leave you guys to do whatever you please, any of the above mentioned, and so I'll leave you with those recommendations and promises of a brighter, more video-filled future for you and for me. So on that note, from me, all of Pied Piper, Gecko State, all the characters of Eureka 7 and Eureka 7 AO, this is Centurion Kronos of Megatron 2100 Productions, signing off.